Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are taking it into the field, or onto the field, quite literally, shooting a football camp to tackle two topics that I wish I saw a little bit more of on YouTube. One, how does the A7 IV perform shooting some fast-moving sports? And two, how does the new Sony 70-200 f2.8 G Master Mark II perform shooting sports video? Right now, I have that 70-200 Mark II on an A7 IV body. I did shoot some stills with this, and I'll show those. However, most of the time, this lens was actually on my A7S III body because I was hired to shoot video for this football camp, but did shoot some stills just to bring you guys as well. Before we get into the footage that I captured today, two things. One, the second lens I shot with was actually a Sigma 85mm DGDN f1.4, typically my portrait lens, but hey, let's get weird. I usually don't shoot sports with it, but we'll see those results as well. And if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like or subscribe if this video helps you out in any way, it would really help me out and my channel as we continue to grow in 2022. Now let's check out the footage, video from the A7S III, stills from the A7 IV, shooting with the Sony 70-200 GM Mark II. hope this gave you a little bit of clarification on what you might use this lens for and how it performs shooting sports, specifically sports video. I think it's spectacular. Again, the only other Sony 70-200 telephoto that I've used is the f4, and this feels just about as light or just about as heavy in the hand, depending on how you look at it. But when you consider that you're getting a much sharper image, much faster autofocus, and a much cleaner, crisper image, as well as better stabilization, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with it. As for whether or not I'll be purchasing this lens, I would say not yet. I rented it for this occasion, and I'll continue to rent it when I do need a bright 70-200 for sports or events, but right now, that's not my everyday workflow. I probably wouldn't get much use out of this, and $2,700, $2,800 for this lens right now, just not what I need. However, if I get to a point where I will use this a little bit more regularly, I certainly would not hesitate. I think it is absolutely worth the bang for your buck, and I think you can get a lot more use out of it than just sports or just events. I think it takes excellent portraits. I took some in the French Quarter with my wife the other day, and it performed really well with that as well. If you've got any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments. I take suggestions too. I'd love any tips on maybe how to use this lens better, or your suggestions on how you've used it and what you've found works best with it. And of course, before I go, a like and a subscribe would go a long way, at least a like, so I can continue to grow the channel and bring you more content like this as I check out more gear and try to give you some real world opinions and real world takes. I'll talk to you next time.